guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield, it's Newton. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And the offense gets pretty lucky there. 3rd down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick 6.
Looks it in at the 40. Oh, what a cut! Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Wants to throw. It's Iamaleava. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking for the score. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. With the catch, it's Valentine. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Got rid of it just in time. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Back to pass, it's Newton. Unloads it left. And they can't make the play on third down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man, it's Matthews. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Another big play for this offense, and I'll tell you, historically, on the best UCLA units offensively, whether they're throwing it, whether they're in the shotgun, whether they're going up-tempo or they're not, it's always so important to have balance. They've always had a guy they can turn around and hand the football off to keep defenses honest. This guy with his power and his speed, he really gives this offense a lot of flexibility.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Skips away from pressure. On the run, deep down the right side. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
That's a nice play by the defense. You're trailing early in the game. They've got the ball on your side of the field, so you force the incompletion on third down.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. Takes a hit as he fires.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Caught in the backfield, it's Valentine. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip.
Turning it on. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Might be changing the route. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The sure hands, it's Hamilton. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Newton. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Back to pass. Got a man in the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They go to the wide receiver screen. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Making side adjustments here. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Using his feet to buy time. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown to Illini.
And the defense was so close. They had done such a good job up to that point. Setting up a 4th down. It looked like they had the QB corral, but they let him escape. That is going to be a coaching moment for them moving forward.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Allen Amici and Ron Dayne among the greats to play in Madison. They're trailing by just 2 to Ohio State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Starting to feel a little pressure. He throws one to the left. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Illinois right back to the line. Wants to fire on second down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Valentine. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line.
Man, this defense is so athletic in their front seven. They're able to fight off the blocks on that third down screen play, make the tackle, now setting up fourth down.
Trying to convert. Illinois comes to the line. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Incomplete! And will be a turnover on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. So now it's second and long. To the air, it's Iamaleava. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Napier. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. That's why you never assume the first guy's going to make the tackle, and you have to keep running to the football.
Man, it's something you highlight every single week in defensive meetings. Don't assume somebody's going to make it. Don't assume somebody's going to make it. Take the correct angle. Nice job. First guy misses. Second guy gets him on the ground, forces the fourth down, throws that fist up in the air.
In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on first down. and they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Looking left. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Looking to pass. It's Newton. They get to him as he throws. Makes the grab. It's Hamilton. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Fires left. Pulls it in. It's Hamilton. Breaks away on the left. Touchdown, Illinois! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. To the air. It's Newton. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got his man. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
He tries to take the top off. Grabs it inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Gets the back moving. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But, man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He might want another play. Looking downfield very late in the half. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes a grab on the shot. They'll immediately call timeout. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. No good. After the miss, the lead still at 11. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important.
Breaks into the open. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. More precision throws from this Bruin quarterback, much like a Rick Neuheisel used to play.
Just pinpoint accurate. Put the ball right where you want to. You think about Troy Aikman, you think about some of those other great names in UCLA history.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Sails one into the middle. Got it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, tune up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Trying to bully their way in. He's going to be stopped short as they come up empty on the 2-point try. They were hoping to get this game to within a field goal, but the lead stays at 5. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Makes a move. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Wisconsin is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Camp Randall. One of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Ohio State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Off-play action on first down. Gonna let it fly. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room and you sort of regroup and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's second and long. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Illinois now facing third and forever. The offense changing the play. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Punt is in the air. And the returner goes down. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Fires on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Going to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They feed him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
Hey, he barely got the ball and just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
The Bruins trying to cash it in on first and goal. Defense looks like they're coming. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins.
Yeah, and you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put two hands on the football, lower his shoulder. Second and goal. You don't need third and goal, thanks to the big fella.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Brings it in down the left side. They get him down on the play, and this big-armed sophomore is not afraid to show off the gun.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Valentine. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
And here comes the offense on second down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
On that RPO play, I don't hate the decision by the quarterback not to hand it off and throw it deep down the field. I just don't like the throw. Not an accurate throw. He never got his feet back underneath him after riding the running back and not handing it off. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals to hit that throw, because that...
Speeding down the left side. He's at the touchdown Illini. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. If they can just hang on, they might be able to notch their first victory of the season. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
They'll leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Finds his man. It's Matthews. Oh, he's got some space. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Going for it all. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
To throw, it's Newton. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. There he goes. Discards him with the stiff arm. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Nice job executing.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. Quarterback may change this route. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Pulls and fired complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's right down the boulevard. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kansas is getting dominated today, and you know, the folks in Lawrence deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 14 to Iowa State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Back to pass. It's Iamaleava. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Now improvising. That's reeled in. It's Matthews. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Makes the grab. It's Matthews. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Scanning the field, it's Iamaleava. A shot toward the end zone. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
The snap sets up to throw. It's caught for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it comes down to the two-point conversion.
Man, what a great job by this offense. And listen, we'll break that down later, but it's go time now. It's two-point conversion time. You got to go to your script. You got these written down in a section. Two-point plays. You didn't know it was going to be this crucial, but late in the ball game, this will decide the game.
This crowd beside itself, trying to help that defense make a stand on the two. Looking to throw. He is in there, and he's got the two, and we are all tied up here deep in the fourth. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Newton. He's going to take off. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
First play of the first possession of OT. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. And the Bruins take the ball first here in overtime. They'll start this drive with a pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Bruins! They strike first in overtime.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Almost intercepted, and you just can't put the ball in jeopardy on first down in overtime. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Newton. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They want to throw it. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome. Back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.